Hey guys! Wow, it's been a while. I'm now in my third trimester and it is kicking my butt this time around. So today I'd love to do just a quick, gentle prenatal yoga stretch class. So if you have a cushion or a pillow, go ahead and sit on that. If you have some blocks or even a stack of books, go ahead and grab those as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on my bolster, and if you have a cushion or a pillow as well, it might be more comfortable for you than just sitting flat on the mat. So feel free to find a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Elongate your spine. And maybe you close your eyes if you haven't already. And let's just begin the class by slowing down our breath, connecting with our breath. And we'll take 3 inhales and 3 exhales together. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly blink your eyes open. And we'll inhale our arms up towards the ceiling, taking a seated mountain pose variation. And exhale, cactus out your arms. Maybe you take a slight back bend in your upper back. Inhale your arms back up. And exhale, slight back bend. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Lower down your left arm and inhale your right arm up and over, feeling a nice stretch in your right side body. And then go ahead and switch sides. And let's go ahead and flow from side to side, moving as slowly or as quickly as it feels good to you. And we'll just take one more on each side. And when you are feeling even, come back to center. Let's go ahead and remove our bolster if we're sitting on it. And we're just going to take a wide-legged seated forward fold. So go ahead and lengthen out your legs, making enough space for your belly to fold forward. But in this forward fold, we want to focus more on elongating our spine rather than folding as deeply forward as we can. So this I love doing, especially right now, because my back has been so tight and so sore, and I feel like when I fold forward and focus more on my back, it really gives my back muscles a nice stretch. So this is also a really great spot for blocks or a cushion underneath your hands or your elbows or your forearms, just to bring the floor a little closer to you. And put your palms on the ground or on your blocks and use them to pull your chest forward and elongate your spine and breathe into your back muscles. So you also have options here If you're feeling it more in your hips and that feels great for you, keep on doing what you're doing. But if you want to focus a little bit more on your back, maybe you bring your legs a little closer together. That way you can focus more on your back muscles and feeling that nice stretch in your back. It's crazy how different parts of your body feel when you just make that slight adjustment of widening your legs versus bringing them a little closer together. So here I'm definitely feeling it in my back, and I'm going to just sway my shoulders from side to side gently. That way I can feel, it feels kind of like a little massage in my back muscles. Hopefully you feel this as well. And we'll take one more inhale. One more exhale. And let's gently remove our blocks. And we're going to make our way into Malasana, or yogi squat. So bring your feet back to the floor. Bring them bring them a little wider than hip width distance apart. And you want to, they can be as wide as you need them to be, because you want your feet to be flat on the mat rather than being on your toes. And if this is a little too much for you, feel free to grab a block or a pillow and just place your hips underneath it. This still gives you a really wonderful hip opening. So you can stay here if you want to sit on your block. You can use your elbows to open up your hips a little bit more. Or if you want to remove the block and you want to just take normal yogi squat, go ahead and do that as well. Malasana is a wonderful pose to do, especially in the third trimester, because it's a great hip opener and it really helps to prepare your body for labor and delivery. So if you want, bring your hands to heart center, and you can use your elbows to open up your knees and your hips a little bit more. And if it feels good for you to sway from side to side, feel free to do that. And one other variation, if you would like to do, is you could place one hand down in front of your big toe and lift your other arm up to the ceiling. And then switch out your sides if you want. Again, sitting on a block or just staying still, perfect variations for this pose as well. Listen to your body and do what feels good for you today in this moment. All right. Go ahead and lower yourself back down. Whew. Feels like a great hip opener right there. Maybe you wiggle out your legs. And go ahead and gently rest the back of your hands behind your back. And bend your knees. And if it feels good for you, go ahead and windshield wiper out your knees and just drop them slowly from side to side. And we'll do one more hip opener here. So you can either take Supta Baddha Konasana, which is bringing the soles of your feet to touch, or you could take a seated figure four, where you keep your right knee bent and take your left foot and place your ankle over your right knee. And you can just move your hips up as far as you'd like to keep your hips nice and open. And you can sway your hips from side to side, just creating, again, another hip opener. And the closer your right foot is to your hips, the more of a stretch you'll get. And let's go ahead and switch out our legs. So place your left foot on the ground and lift your right ankle over on top of your left knee. And again, you can move your left foot closer or further away from your hips and just sway your knees from side to side if that feels good for you. All right, let's go ahead and lower back down. Find a comfortable seated position just really quickly as we end the class. I highly encourage you to take Shavasana if you have time for that, laying on your side with your knees bent, and just taking it for 5 minutes to give yourself a little mental break, a little chance to reset. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me on this quick little third trimester stretch. We'll have more of these because that's what feels the best right now. For our third trimester, I wish you all the best of luck, and congratulations again, Mama.